We're live, pal. Welcome to
Go for the Pin Wrestling Review Show.
With your boys, Mikey Q and
King V, aka Ember Moon Knight, aka Michelle McCool Running, aka Summer Rae Charles,
Mikey Q and King V.
King V, what's going on, homie?
Give your energy and feed that vibe into the world.
Mike, you still owe me a chopped cheese.
I mean,
Go for it, kid.
We're live, pal. Welcome to Go for the Pin, episode 124, with your boys, Mikey Q, the Lex Lab Professor, pal, and
your boy ZJ Knuckles here again for another banging episode of Go for the Pin. By the way, I am aka Mr. IWSDI. Write stuff down.
we're keeping it clean tonight. Okay, the clean version. All
well,
right, I
right
got
now.
it. All right. Well,
for right now.
For right now, yeah, we'll see how it goes as the show goes on. All right. Well,
right.
We're sorry that we missed you guys last week. I missed you guys a lot. You know, things happen. Life happens. Let's just get this out the way right now. So as you see, it's me and DJ Knuckles. King V is not here tonight. But he's watching. I just want to say that V, we love you. And our thoughts are with you. If V ever wants to disclose or discuss why he isn't here tonight, that is his story to tell. That's not for me or DJ Knuckles to talk about, but just know that V, we love you, man. And hopefully we see you back soon. All right. But we're gonna try to keep the show rolling along as best as we can. We can't do this like V would. None of us have that personality, but we'll try to do our best with what we have here. Knuckles, WrestleMania is a week and some change away.
Absolutely.
So right off the bat, how are you feeling about this WrestleMania season?
I'm excited. I am elated about the card so far.
Really?
Everything on paper looks really good. We'll probably mention it when our WrestleMania prediction shows come up, but I like the showcase matches that they're putting on.
Okay.
I do like the showcase match idea, just to get some faces on the card that haven't been in story for the last 4 or 5 however months leading to WrestleMania. Just to get them out there and get them in front of the people. I think that's really dope. But I think we all know what we're looking forward to. The two main matches of this year's WrestleMania. And but as you would say, we'll get there.
We'll get there, pal. All right. I mean, I am excited, but I get excited every WrestleMania season. Even if the card isn't great, and I've said that, I'm going on record, right? And I've said this publicly, I've said it privately. I look forward to WrestleMania week more than my own birthday week. That's how much professional wrestling means to me, right? So it's literally, even if the build is weak, even if the matches aren't great that, they build up, and I'm not saying that's the case this year around, because we got some good matches, good to great matches. Either way, I'd be excited about WrestleMania week. I mean, not even just for WWE. Everybody kind of steps it up during WrestleMania week. They try to, and it's so much wrestling going on that week that it feels good to be a fan. Say what you want about WWE, but they bring in a lot of revenue and a lot of jobs, not just for themselves, but for a lot of people that piggyback off of the whole WrestleMania idea. I mean, think about how many people's going down to LA or going over to LA for WrestleMania week, and they're not even in the WWE. You know, so many
Right.
shows going on over there. It's a great time to be a fan during WrestleMania week. Even though, Knuckles, I'll challenge you there for a second. Some people feel like it doesn't feel like WrestleMania season. Like it doesn't feel as big as some of the previous WrestleMania weeks. Yeah, we have some good matches. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Knuckles.
I feel where you're coming from when you say that. And I think the only reason why is because I think a lot of us already have made up in my mind that we know what's going to happen.
Do we though? And I think we'll get there next week. Because there's a lot of doubt in my mind about a lot of things going on in the WWE. So WrestleMania week, it'll be interesting. It'll be really, really interesting. But that's WrestleMania week. And then following WrestleMania week, again, New York City. If you are in the New York City area, please, 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 please come out and support Women Crush Wednesday. You might want to move to the side there, pal. This way. Yeah, there you go. All right. Well, B's now blocked me.
Okay.
Yeah. It's an official card for Women Crush Wednesday. Some really great matches.
No, people, it's not World Championship Wrestling.
Nah.
God,
not World Championship Wrestling, pal. No.
Jesus.
In the main event, we have Marsha Slamovich, the current and new GCW World Champion. Congratulations, Coach Marsha. Facing Sami Sakai. Had to make sure I was
yes.
That match is going to be a banger. After banger. After banger. After banger. That's the main event.
After banger. Right.
So also after banger. Also on the card, we have
Cosmic. Yeah, I'm about to say
Cosmic versus Renee Michelle, who is the lovely wife of Rockstar Spud, or what was his name in WWE? Drake Maverick.
Drake Maverick, right.
So that'll be cool. Sammy Chaos is gonna be going up against Jessica Havoc. I'm looking forward to that match. Whoa. You talk about a hard-hitting affair. That's gonna be something, Knuckles. I'm telling you right now, bro. That's gonna be something.
That looks like, just by the poster alone, that looks like it's gonna be just a knockdown drag out.
And my good friend Denny Who's Denny? Danny. Danny Nemesis. I'm sorry. Who's Denny? Denny's.
I mean, I can get it.
Eat. Yeah, I'm about to say that's what I had to eat.
Yeah, I'm about to say I can get a sunny side up.
Yeah. Not Denny. Danny Nemesis. Oh my God.
You are awful today.
Yeah, I know. I need to drink some of this agua.
Yeah. You need to go order a Grand Slam real quick, bro.
Yeah.
Just to get Denny's out your mind.
I need to go to McDonald's and get the Cardi B meal. All right. Danny Nemesis.
I'm screaming.
Actually predicted this match. So shout out to Danny. That match is gonna be crazy. I mean, a lot of people on this card. Demarius Dawkins, I see, Gia Scott, Brooke Valentine, and Jordan Blade. Janai Kai is gonna be facing Miyu. Like, it's gonna be crazy. Jody F and Lee's on the card. Like, I'm sold already. I'm sold. Ruthless Lala, Auntie Lala.
Auntie's on the card. Oh, I see her.
She's right under Cosmic.
Oh man,
yeah. Auntie Lala is on the card. What that
get your throat regions prepared.
Yeah, just,
what that Larry do though?
What that Larry do? It's gonna do a lot on April 12th. Battle Club Pro. Make sure you get your tickets now at brownpapertickets.com. Just type in Battle Club Pro and it's there. You will find everything that you need. Also, if you buy a ticket to Battle Club Pro WCW 3, was that Joe texting you because I kept messing up Danny? If you buy a ticket to Woman Crush Wednesday 3, you also,
in fact, it is.
You also get a
ticket. I'll get back to you in a second.
All right. You also get a ticket for this incredible show. Annie up. Ante Up goes down April 21st. 5 days before my birthday. So I'm definitely gonna be up
boy.
there. Oh yeah. And that is headlined by Steve Pena. He's defending his 5 points championship against Simon Gotch. That's gonna be something. You guys heard it here first on this show that match is gonna happen. So you're welcome. Yeah. So that's gonna be crazy.
You didn't know. You were guessing. You didn't know.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Educated
guesses everywhere.
Yeah, K-word pal. All right. Also on the show, we have Yaya. Defending his franchise championship against Tyree Taylor. Haven't seen too much of Tyree Taylor, but I'm looking forward to this match. I think it's gonna be a real hard-hitting match, and I can't wait to see that one. And Yaya is incredible. A man that size to be able to do the things that he can do is incredible. So I am looking forward to that match big time. Also, you got A Game on the card. He's defending his Nemesis Battleweight Championship against Dominic De Niro. So that's going to be something. Darius Carter will be facing Coach. Yeah. Darius Carter will be facing Coach Jorge Santi. Darius Carter is coming off a loss. Yes, a loss. Can't say that much, right? A loss to Steve Pena. Yes, a loss to Steve Pena. So the last time we saw him at Battle Club, he lost to Steve Pena in the main event. He actually went night. So that happened. Yeah, exactly. He's out. It wasn't even like a. It was a ring the bell. He's out. Yeah. So
you want to go night?
You know, nah, all right.
But you want to go night? That Kevin Hart moment. You want to go night, nigga?
Oh man.
You want to go night, nigga?
So it's gonna be a great card. Federated, oh god, defending their championships, their tag team championships against Main Event in a rematch. So some interesting matchups here.
I see Prolific and the Scotty Ricans over there on the right side. That's Prolific another one.
Versus Scotty Ricans, I gotta go for my boys, Scotty Ricans. Those are my guys, KJ, and those are my guys. Yeah. So
y'all go back in the archives and watch that episode where we had them on. Those two are dope, and they have knowledge of the business, man. So y'all go check
definitely. And yeah, so go get those tickets. I won't shill this show too much more, but yes, go and get those tickets. You will not be disappointed. Anybody that comes to a Battle Club show always leaves happy, unless Federated wins. So make sure that you go. Make sure that you guys go out and get your tickets right now. brownpapertickets.com. Joe, you're welcome. All right. Okay, let's get into SmackDown. So I mean, let's be honest. This show was about one thing. Okay. It was about the Sami and Kevin story, right? So at the beginning of the show, Sami Zayn comes out there with Kevin Owens at the request of Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns' WrestleMania opponent. And Cody is basically trying to settle the beef between Sami and KO. Of course, KO being KO is like, no, I don't forgive you. And you know what? It's not even about fighting with you. It's the fact that why would I want to fight with somebody that doesn't even want to be my friend? That was a real real thing right there, right? So then Kevin leaves respectfully. Sami catches Kevin in the parking lot before he leaves, and he tells Kevin that he gets it and that he's sorry and that he loves him. And Kevin speeds off, signals, okay, safety first, signals as he gets to the end of the parking lot. I love that. He's like you can see him signal. And Kevin actually commented on that on his Twitter, and he said, safety first, pal. So
God signal.
He signaled. And we thought that'd be the last of Kevin, but it wasn't. Knuckles, what did you think about this opening segment? Obviously we know what it led to, but just this segment on its own, what did you think about this?
It's storytelling at its finest. I think this is one of the few storylines that, and putting Bloodline aside, just the Sammy and Kevin demographic here. It's one of the storylines that WWE actually got right.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't spoil it for us prematurely. They didn't give us, the payoff too early. They stretched it out. They stretched it out, and they stretched it out over the span of what was that? War Games.
Yeah, well, even a little bit before War Games, but yeah, because the blow off for that was like War Games, but yeah, they started it way before that.
Right.
You know?
And so anything in my opinion where you can stretch it out and just give us that story over a period of time to keep us intrigued is you're doing the right thing.
I agree.
So, and we'll get later on to the show. And I like the fact that they inserted Cody Rhodes into it. See, when different stories and stuff in the show can bleed in together and it all makes sense. It's wonderful. It's wonderful.
I love. Okay, so here's the difference, right? I love this. I didn't love something on Raw, and we'll get there. And it has to do with what you're talking about, but we'll get there. But yeah, I thought this was a great opening segment to SmackDown and a great way to set up what was to come. Now, I don't really want to get into the whole show. And to be honest with you guys, I don't even remember all of the rest of the show just because honestly, the show was about the Kevin and Sammy angle. Is there anything before we get to the main event of that show that you would like to discuss about SmackDown that maybe you remember and I can't recall right now?
Not really.
Right. It was one of those shows. Not really.
Yeah.
Not really.
In this realm of reality, we're waiting for next week. We're waiting for next Monday, and we're waiting for next Friday, and we're also waiting for next Tuesday because Stand and Deliver will be going on, and we'll get there when we talk about NXT. So, but we're waiting. We're waiting as fans. We're waiting for next week because that's going to give us what we need. That's going to be us. That's going to be us pulling our money out of our wallet. Yeah, and then WrestleMania, we're going to go ahead and pay it off.
Right. So, one thing I will say about SmackDown, so the fact that Rhea and Charlotte have zero heat going into their match is
oh my goodness.
I think I know what the problem is. But so Charlotte comes out there for a promo. Rhea's out there with Dominic. Basically Rhea takes a cheap shot at Charlotte. Charlotte gets the upper hand on Rhea, and there's this pull apart brawl, and that's pretty much the segment. So again, as talented as Charlotte and Rhea are, I think the issue is it's kind of it's two heels going at it for the SmackDown Women's Championship, and I also have thoughts on that too, but people and the fact that people like Rhea maybe a little bit more than Charlotte, I think is really hurting this whole thing because Charlotte's supposed to be the babyface, but it feels like a heel versus heel match because Charlotte, I know Charlotte will say, well, I'm not a heel, I'm not a babyface, I'm just Charlotte, which, okay, that's worked in the past, I guess, with Roman. I'm not a good guy. I'm not a bad guy. I'm just the guy. I get it, but
we saw how that worked out for him.
Well, exactly, right? I think that's the main problem with this, is that there's no real, like, why do we care that Rhea is facing Charlotte at WrestleMania besides the fact that Rhea won the Royal Rumble? You know what I'm saying? It feels very like, okay, why are we doing this? Like, yeah, Rhea won the Royal Rumble. Why did she pick Charlotte? I know in story she picked Charlotte because she lost to Charlotte 3 years ago, when she felt like she should have beat Charlotte. I get that.
And that's where they messed up at.
Explain.
Who really actually remembers 3 years ago?
I mean, I do. I mean, I'm sure you do also, but like,
well, you might remember it, but
who really cares?
Okay.
Who really cares is a better question.
No, I'm not gonna say who really cares.
Okay.
Here's the thing. It's not that we don't care. Yeah, we remember it. But when you give us the opportunity to have Rhea and Bianca, nothing else matters.
Yeah.
Because that's really what we want. We wanted Rhea and Bianca. Right.
You want it? I want what I want.
And 8 ounces of spit on the microphone. Come on, Batista. What are you doing? Batista? Golly.
He forgot his lines and he just kept saying it.
Right.
That's what happened.
Hey, that's exactly what happened. I was watch WWE Rivals, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, you get everybody when Rhea won the Royal Rumble. I think at least 80% of us knew she was going to challenge Bianca. We just knew it because that's what we wanted to see. Yeah, and we've even been on this podcast before saying, "Oh, we have to get Bianca and Rhea."
Yeah. Yeah.
And when she chose Charlotte, I can't speak for everybody else, but I think they're thinking the way I'm thinking. We kind of checked out of it. Like,
I mean, I think she chose Charlotte. She, me, and Rhea, pronouns pal. Chose Charlotte just for the sheer like surprise that she chose Charlotte. Like, I think it's like, oh, they all think I'm gonna pick Bianca. Okay, well, Charlotte. It's me and you.
And let's be honest. If the roles were reversed, because right now we have Bianca and Asuka, and then we have Rhea and Charlotte.
Right.
Let's for just for S and giggles.
Yeah.
No. I'm representing for you today. Just for shits and giggles.
There you go, pal.
Let's flip this. Let's flip the script.
Yeah.
And let's see what makes more sense. Mike, I'm gonna ask you what makes more sense.
Okay.
We got Rhea and Charlotte, Bianca and Asuka. Does it really make sense?
Rhea and Bianca makes way more sense than Rhea and Charlotte to me, but
okay, so to you, these two women's title matches don't make sense.
Yeah, so Asuka deserves a prominent role at WrestleMania. So like
right. So that's leading into my next question. Yeah. So you're saying yes or no, these two women's matches don't make sense right now.
Correct. I don't think they make sense.
Correct. They don't make sense. Now let's flip it.
Okay.
Rhea and Bianca makes good sense, right? Because that's what we wanted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wouldn't Asuka and Charlotte make more sense, seeing that Charlotte was the first person to put a loss on Asuka's record?
Yeah, it's fair. Yeah. Yeah.
That would make more sense, wouldn't it?
And not only did she beat Asuka, she tapped Asuka out at WrestleMania, which is
she tapped her out. Yes.
Yeah. I remember I was watching.
That
was a shocker.
Even though that's what I'm saying. It's
I get it. And I think that and we can move forward. But I think that they literally did Rhea and Charlotte just to do Rhea and Charlotte instead of doing Bianca and Rhea. And I feel like neither one of the women's title matches have any type of heat. Like Bianca Asuka has no heat whatsoever. And I like everybody involved here. That's the thing. I like everybody involved here, but none of those women's title matches have any type of heat. And it's not their fault. It's just the story behind it. I mean, Asuka's supposed to be a heel. but she's cheered. It was like almost begging for the audience to boo her when she turned on Bianca. I know I'm skipping ahead here, but when she turned on Bianca at Raw, it was supposed to be her being officially a heel, but it was like almost, okay, yeah, okay, we'll boo a little bit because we respect you, but we don't really.
They should have did with Asuka like they did with Alexa Bliss. When they had the interview and Alexa Bliss went up behind her and hit her with the vase. That was weeks before their actual match.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now we're a week away from WrestleMania, and you're just having the first encounter of physical activity between these two women.
I mean, I don't.
You don't have enough time.
I don't mind. I don't mind that. What I do mind is the fact that Asuka is a babyface that they're trying to force to be a heel, and I think that that's what the problem is. Too many people like Asuka. Too many people like Bianca Belair. And you know, it's one of those matches where it's just like, all right, well, when the fans, here's the thing, right? When the fans like both people, it's hard because sometimes either one or two things are gonna happen. Either you're gonna have a lot of heat for the match, which like they're gonna cheer for both of them back and forth, or the crowd isn't gonna cheer for either one of them because they like both, and they're just gonna sit back and kind of watch. So
right, yeah, absolutely right.
And you do face that type of issue with a heel versus heel match as well. I think it's more difficult with a heel versus heel match because, like I said, when you have two baby faces, usually you do have the back and forth. Let's go Bianca, let's go Asuka. You know, when it's two heels, and I'm sorry, but I know Charlotte's supposed to be a baby face, but she's kind of a heel. Like, she's kind of a heel because she hasn't really done anything differently as a babyface. Like, she's still the old same Charlotte. You know, so what, they changed her music a little bit. All right, cool. If anything, it's more heel. Oh, hell, Queen Charlotte, whatever it says. I don't know. Something like
That's down. Not it. That's not it.
Like that. Whatever it is, whatever it is, it's heelish. Like, it's not a babyface entrance. It's still heelish.
and you make that point, and it emphasizes my point that I just made before. If you'd have had Rhea, and because essentially, like you said, you have babyface versus babyface on one side, heel versus heel on the other side. Now if it was flipped, now you could have took Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. Everybody loves Bianca. We all know that.
Yeah.
Everybody's loving Rhea right now because she's over.
Yeah.
So it could have been a situation where Rhea could have beat Bianca. Bianca could have took some time off, took her off camera for a little bit, and Bianca could have came back as a heel.
Yeah. I think we're all kind of waiting for Bianca to be heel again.
Right. So that was a perfect opportunity for you to like turn Bianca a little bit. She could have came back and said, "Oh, I gave you blood, sweat, and tears. You cheered me." And then Rhea Ripley came in and you turned on me, blah, 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 all of that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And you could, and then on the other side, you could have had Asuka and Charlotte. Charlotte can easily be turned heel like that. She's that type of character. She's that type of wrestler. She can flip from face to heel at the drop of a dime and make it work. Is she a better heel than face? Absolutely. Absolutely, she's a better heel. And if you were to put her with Asuka, you know, Asuka with the new character, people received the new character, the new face, the new everything, you know, everything. They were receptive to that. Right. And you could have easily sat there and turned Charlotte heel. Easily. That's another reason why these matchups don't make sense. If it was flipped over, you'd have had better results from your crowd. They'd have been more interested. The lead up to it probably would have been better. But I mean, we have what we have, and
Yep. All right. Let's keep going here. Okay, so the main event. Let's get right to the main event. The main event segment was Sami Zayn confronting Jey Uso, or what it was supposed to be, right? Jey comes out there and basically, like, you know, tells Sami, "I trusted you. I didn't like you from the beginning, and then I trusted you, and what did you do? You made me look stupid. You made me look like a fool. You made me, you know what I'm saying? All of that was great. That was great stuff. This is great stuff, Knuckles. This is great stuff, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
And Sammy's just like, and Jay's like, you didn't give me a choice. And Sammy said, no, Jay, you always have a choice. You always had a choice. And you're just mad that I hit the Undertaker's over there? No, it just happened.
No, it's it's SmackDown, dude. It's SmackDown.
Yeah. All right. It's more purplish than anything there. I'll go for the pen colors.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. But yeah, and then Sammy tells Jay that you're only mad that I did what you wanted to do. I was like, oh, you know,
and it's so true because you can see the look on Jay's face. He's like, yo, whatever. But you're right though. But I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah. I think this is built. Look, everybody is so curious as to what happens after WrestleMania with the Bloodline.
Oh, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Okay, so let's not get
there. Somebody said something and they were spot on, but I'm not going to say anything. We'll get there.
Okay. Are we gonna get the WrestleMania predictions? We're
gonna get there tonight.
Oh, there you have it. What a hook there. And I don't mean Taz's son. All right, so Jay and Sammy get into a fight. Of course, this brings out Jimmy, right? And they start attacking. They being the Usos start attacking Sami Zayn. Kevin Owens makes the save, and we finally get that moment. Finally get that moment. The Usos are outside. Kevin looks at Sammy. Sammy looks at Kevin. Big hug in the middle of the ring.
The pop.
The pop.
The pop.
My! That was one of the loudest pops I've heard in a long time. Kansas City, I believe, is where they was at. They brought it that night. Kansas City is actually where AEW
was it Kansas City or was it Kansas City or St. Louis?
No, St. Louis, I think, was Raw.
You're right.
Kansas City was Friday. Monday, I believe, was St. Louis. Down in the Lou. So, what a pop. Kevin Owens. Shout out to everybody who gets that.
Lunatic.
Yep. Shout out to Nelly. Shout out to Murphy Lee. Where he's been at. Murphy Lizzle. What the hook gonna be?
Paper or plastic? Oh, sorry.
Sorry. God. Go for the pin, everybody. DJ Knuckles.
Thank you. I'll be here all night.
Yeah. Well, we can only hope so. All right. With Veer running around, you can never know. All right. So
take it easy. Take it easy.
I'm trying. All right.
Refrain.
Oh, man.
All right.
SmackDown. What do we give SmackDown from this past Friday night?
I'm gonna give it a 2. I'm gonna give it a 2 count because nothing else interests
me. Okay. Yeah, this was a 1 or 2 segment show. Definitely agree with that.
Exactly.
2 count for the show. 3 count for the main event. Phenomenal.
Yeah, main event. Yeah, absolutely. I got you.
All right, let's keep going here, pal. All right, so Monday Night Raw. What do I remember out of a 3-hour show? That's what we're playing tonight with Mikey Q and DJ Knuckles. What do I remember out of a 3-hour show? All right. I know Logan Paul knocked out Seth Rollins again. He was on Impulsive TV, and that's happening. Logan said some things that people didn't like, but was kind of true. That people are mad. He said that people are mad because he's actually good. And he's impressive every time he's in the ring. This is actually true. Yeah, this is actually true. I'm gonna give him credit for that. We do not like Logan Paul, but the guy's good. Like the guy, but not being a pro wrestler, That guy's good.
But here's the thing. Here's
yeah.
the thing. Here's the thing, Mike.
Yeah.
He was accepted when he faced Logan. I'm sorry. When he faced Roman.
That's not it. Yeah. That's not it.
Yeah, that's not it. When he faced, I think this has everything to do with who his opponent is.
Yeah.
When he was facing Roman, he was liked.
Really?
But now he's faced not. Yeah, I think so.
I think they turned on him ever since WrestleMania last year.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. I feel like the wrestling crowd just was always against him. Maybe the Saudi Arabia crowd liked him, but or Saudi country redacted. But yeah, maybe they liked him. But yeah, no, I remember him getting like heat even like when he faced the Miz. People were like cheering for the Miz over Logan Paul. So I don't know. I mean, maybe you're right. Maybe I'm like, remembering it wrong, but
and you have a great point that this is also a situation where you want to hate on him so bad, but you can't.
Yeah. Well, they still will, but
yeah. They always find something. Yeah, your left nostril is bigger than your right one. I hate you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Man,
blow your nose. Yeah, you blow your nose. Right, you blow your nose, the whole left side of your face just disappears. I
wow.
Get it.
Yeah, man. Wow, that's crazy.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Look, Hunter was born that way. Stop talking about Triple H like that. All right. But anyway, so
I was talking about Logan.
Oh man, I am never getting a WWE. All right, so but anyway, what did they do with Bianca Belair this week? I feel like she faced Piper Niven or something. It was like a tag team match. Her and Asuka. Yes, okay, so Bianca and Asuka.
Yeah, it was Piper Bianca and Asuka versus Piper and Chelsea Green.
Yes, the person Green that always wants to see a manager. Yeah. The match was what it was. They make a big deal out of Bianca hitting the KOD on Piper, but she's done that like 100 times already. But it's a spectacle. It's a spectacle. The crowd pops every time they see it, so that's cool. And then we already talked about Asuka beating up Bianca. We already talked about that. So what I didn't like, right? And this is not even about Bianca because we already talked about that match. Rhea Ripley comes out there for a promo. And okay, so she's talking about Charlotte, basically promoting the WrestleMania match. And Damage Control comes out there. Right? Now, again, it just logically it didn't make sense.
Absolutely not. You turned that segment into something that was very intriguing and you flipped it to put the focus on a whole nother story.
Yeah, but you know what? Again, if they intertwined it the right way, then I wouldn't have an issue with it. Like the Cody and Kevin and Sammy thing, because it is all kind of connected. Cody's facing Roman. Roman is the tribal chief. The head of the table. He is bloodline. So it all makes sense. And Sammy and Kevin are beefing with the bloodline. That makes sense. Rhea has nothing to do with this Damage Control angle. And I'll do you one better here. Rhea is a heel. Why is she being cut off by
heels?
3 heels. Like it just didn't logically. It didn't make sense. And then she got the win because Becky Lynch helped her. Like Becky, Trish, and Lita, baby faces, helped her. It's just I didn't like it. And if we're gonna talk about the match, right? And most people won't notice this, and they're not supposed to, but the chemistry was really off. And it's just something that like I don't really get into the in-ring stuff too much unless it was like really something that I noticed. And because I don't even like to pretend like I'm super qualified to talk about the in-ring stuff, but a little bit qualified, right? Just tad. And I can tell you that it looked like, and I could be wrong, but it looked like Bayley and Rhea didn't have that much time to go over their match. It looked like it was more of a, hey, we'll just call it out there type of thing.
Right.
And it didn't work. Like there was certain spots where you can tell it was a little off. The timing was off. There was points where like Bayley was just waiting for Rhea to get up for a second to, you know, to do something, and you could tell she started to run towards her, and then she stopped. At one point, Bayley actually like caught Rhea right in the face. I think it was like maybe a stomp. Felt like it was like a double foot stomp right to. And everybody that's joining us, welcome. Thank you. Everybody that's watching or listening. But yeah, it was like a double foot stomp where like she caught Rhea, she being Bayley caught Rhea right in the face. And you could tell she pinned her. It was like 1, 2, Rhea kicks out. And you could tell, you could see the natural frustration. Like it wasn't, okay, I'm in a match, I'm selling here, frustration. It was like, okay, you almost knocked my teeth down my throat. Like relax, type of frustration. It was like, literally like a 1, 2, like yeah, like you could tell she was mad about it, and she's probably mad that things were a little off. There was another spot in the match where I forgot who was in the corner. I feel like it was Bayley in the corner and Rhea was running towards her, or maybe it was the opposite where Rhea was in the corner and Bayley was running towards her, and it was supposed to be an up and over or something like where the other person ends up on the ring apron, and again, 85 of the audience probably didn't realize this, but I was able to tell. Doug, how you doing? Welcome to Go for the Pin. Thank you.
Dougie Fresh, what's happening?
How you doing? But how you doing? Yeah. But yeah, it was just you could tell that it was just huh?
I was about to say it's Doug Reigns in the building. How you doing?
But yeah, I can't. You can just tell it was off. That's kind of the point of my my rant here. You could tell it was a little off. The match was okay. It wasn't bad. Yeah.
Well, if you sat there and you used me to transition into a story that has nothing to do with me, I'd be upset too.
Yeah. And plus, guys, I'm a heel. Why are these heels coming out to have a match with me? And why is the baby faces helping me? You know, we're good. We're happy to be here talking a little wrestling. You know, we on SmackDown. We just got finished. I mean, we're on Raw. We just got finished talking about SmackDown. So feel free to comment on the show if you feel free to do so.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so yeah, I didn't like that whole thing. I feel like Theory got to win. I feel like Theory got to win clean, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he beat Montez.
Yeah, he beat Tez clean, A-Town down. Not much there. We still don't know.
Contrary to popular belief, I like what they're doing with Theory right now. This was sorely needed.
Yeah.
Because what they were doing with Theory with the Money in the Bank contract, they were basically just they were throwing him on a sinking Titanic by himself.
Right. Yeah. Sure.
They were killing him. He was losing every week. He was losing to talent. He was losing to talent that on paper he shouldn't lose to.
Yeah.
And we said this on the podcast that this is probably something that he's gonna have to go through before something big happens for him.
Yeah, that's typical WWE booking. Like they have you lose a bunch of matches before you get that big push.
I think it was Bon G that said that on one of our podcasts, and now he's getting the push that he deserves.
Yeah,
and I have a theory, pun intended, on what is all. Yeah, I have a theory on what's going to happen at WrestleMania, but I will save that for next week.
All right. So Doug says he was surprised that Theory beat Ford. I wasn't surprised. I just because Theory's champion. You know, Tez. He's not getting pushed right now, really. Neither is Dawkins, really. Like, you know, they're just kind of kind of there. Hopefully something picks up for them after WrestleMania. I know they're in the tag team showcase match.
Showcase, yes.
So that'll be cool. But yeah, hopefully something picks up for them. And I don't mean a breakup. Like I hope they don't do that as the like summer feud, Tez and Dawkins.
Right.
I think they can mutually go their own way for a little bit and find some, just like Knuckles said. Yeah. I don't think they have to break up. I really don't. I don't think they have to break up. But yeah, I thought the match was cool. Okay. So I feel like something happened with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and
they had the opening segment.
They had the opening segment. Okay.
Yes.
So did they get the upper hand on?
They basically, what happened was the show opened with Kevin and Sami, and they were, it was the Festival of Friendship all over again.
Yeah.
And they said basically, they basically laid it out. They were like, okay, now this has happened. We're back together. We all know where this is going.
Yeah, I love that Kevin said that.
Yeah, they both look at the WrestleMania sign, and then the Usos music hits.
Yeah, of course.
Yes,
I like that. I like that.
Right. Yeah, and then the Usos come out. They do their spiel, and Jimmy says, "Yeah, we were in the back and we saw you looking at that WrestleMania sign."
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah,
I don't know why y'all looking at that WrestleMania sign.
Right, ain't nothing gonna happen.
Yeah, I love that.
And right,
awesome.
Right. A little bit of reality.
Yeah.
So Jay says, "Now wait a minute." In his words, wait a minute, Oos.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, Oos. This might be an opportunity for us to put this whole Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn thing in the dirt.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I try. A little bit more helium in the voice, and I'll get it. But so they accept the match.
Yeah.
And then, of course, in Jay fashion, we don't even have to wait till WrestleMania, Oos. We can see you right now. And then
I like that though.
Yeah.
But my thing is, they could say that they. So are they heels? I know technically yes. Heels would not say the Usos. Technically yes, but it's like technically speaking, by the definition of a heel, they are heels, right? But they don't even act like heels because heels wouldn't say, "Yo, we don't even gotta wait to WrestleMania. We could do this right now." That's a babyface thing to say. You know, like they're not running away. They're not being cowards. Now we could do this right now. Oh, and y'all want the match? Y'all got the match. You know, like that's not a heel thing. But I think we know the story going forward. And Knuckles, you alluded to it earlier. I think we will get to it before the end of the show. Hold that thought. You alluded to the bloodline fallout after. But we'll get there. I haven't forgotten, pal. Don't worry. Right. I'll keep us on track here.
You're not an elephant.
Well, the elephant in the room says I am. All right. So it says, Doug says, I might be wrong, but I think Hayes will beat Breaker. Yeah.
NXT.
Spoiler alert. Yeah. But I think Hayes will beat Breaker when it's time for Breaker to come to the main roster. I can see Breaker taking the title from Theory because Breaker's dad and uncle were both U.S. champions. And then Doug says, why does WWE keep Solo so quiet? Just a mystique. I can answer that.
Oh boy. Woo! Okay. We'll get there. We'll get there, Doug. Stay tuned. We can answer the first part of the question. though. Well, we can answer the first. Well, it wasn't a question, but the comment. Yeah, I think Breaker's out of NXT after Stand and Deliver. I think that absolutely.
I know the prediction show is next week, but yeah, I mean, come on. And something could change, but I think Hayes will go over Breaker. Breaker is out of NXT.
Yes, and I will answer your second part of your first comment. Breaker will not have anything to do with the United States Championship, but I do have a name that might.
Okay. Well, all right. All right. Is his name rhyme with Olo?
No.
Oh, okay. Just like
Olo? What the hell?
his name rhyme with Olo.
You could have said Polo.
Maybe
you could have said Bolo, right?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Sonny
oh,
Ono?
no. Cash is Ono?
No. Cash is all there. See, that's another one. I see what you did there.
Yeah. Where's he been at?
You're,
All right,
you're up
but
on
yeah.
you're up on your talent, pal.
I try to be. All right. But yeah, so I like the whole thing with Kevin and Sammy. And then the main event segment, of course, more bloodline stuff. Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. Now
Cody Rhodes. Yes.
Now
yes.
Vince Russo, right? Who it may not be a favor on this show to everybody, but I actually like Vince. But Vince Russo, he follows me on Twitter, so I'm nice. But yeah,
Hey,
so
nice.
me and Russo, we go back. That's another story. But yeah. It's a real story. I'll tell it one of these days.
Okay, cool.
Just not tonight. Russo said that if they were going to have this big face-to-face with Cody and Roman at the end of the show, they should have promoted a face-to-face with Cody and Roman. All you did all night was Roman Reigns returns to Raw. Roman Reigns returns to Raw. Okay, that's cool, bro. And Vince Russo, that's cool, bro. But if you're going to promote Roman Reigns and Cody, well, if you're going to promote Roman Reigns and you had this idea for Cody to come out there and have this kind of a shoot type of promo here, you would be better suited promoting this so you get more eyes on it.
But I think,
yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I
I was just gonna say my argument to that is that, like, I feel like WWE, especially with their, and this goes into the third hour, I'm not even gonna get too deep into it, but I feel like WWE knows that their third hour is the least watch hour anyway, and they know that they can get the same amount of views on that segment once they post it to social media. Like, people are gonna watch it anyway because it's Roman Reigns, and now that we know that Cody Rhodes came out there, they're gonna watch it anyway. So I don't think it's different. It's a different time period than when like Russo was there. Obviously with like television ratings, I don't think they care that much anymore about promoting this big face-off. And plus, we just had a face-off between Roman and Cody on a SmackDown. I think 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, so, and that piggybacks on what I was gonna say. I don't think you had to promote it because it goes without saying.
Yeah, I mean, you had to
you
figure Cody was gonna come out there.
Yeah, you had to figure Cody was gonna come out. Okay, Doug.
That match between Roman and Cody will be epic, just like the match between Rock and Hogan at WrestleMania 18. The fans will be yelling their heads off. I can see people who is watching that match at WrestleMania will be yelling also. LOL. I will probably be one of them. Yeah, I mean, Rock Hogan is a stretch, but I think it will have.
I see what he's trying to say, though.
Yeah, of course. I think that match. It's one of the most intriguing matches they've had in a long time at WrestleMania. And the reason being, I don't know if we know exactly what they're going to do here with Cody and Roman anymore. I think that so many people, and I'll just say it, so many people feel like Cody is going to beat Roman. And I'm starting to think that might not be the case. And I, of course, will give my official prediction next week on a prediction show. But I don't know if that's going to be the case. And also, I think that it'll have a lot to do with what they plan on doing with the bloodline fallout. And Cody actually made some good points on Raw, right? After Roman said that you went and couldn't get over in your own company that you started. And then you got over here and got injured. I popped when he said, yeah, you went out and started your own company, couldn't get over there. That's a lie, by the way. But Roman Reigns is a heel, so it makes sense to lie. That's a lie. Cody definitely went and got over. But, okay, hold on. Doug says, some good questions and good comments here. What if Randy Orton comes back at WrestleMania and makes Cody lose to Roman because Cody was Under Randy's legacy. Yeah, under Randy in the legacy. Interesting. Very interesting. Randy Orton is a very interesting dynamic here. I don't think that's going to happen. I think one way or another, we're going to have a decisive winner at WrestleMania, whether they go with Cody or Roman Reigns retains. I think one way or another, I don't see Randy getting involved in that match, but that is a good theory. No,
That is a
Austin.
good theory. Now, let's see. I can see Randy. I can see Randy getting involved, not so much physically, because according to certain sources on the internet, he is supposed to be at WrestleMania.
Well, I would hope so.
And,
Yeah.
And I think like they're saying, rumor and innuendo is saying that he might be ready to come back. So I would more or less take your comment and flip it, because let's go back. Legacy broke up. It was Cody and Ted versus Randy.
Yeah.
Now I can see Randy coming back to challenge Cody.
Yeah. Yeah.
After WrestleMania.
I think that'd be a good post WrestleMania feud. Yeah.
I can see that happening. But as far as and just to go back to your first comment, like you said, Mike, Rock and Hogan is a little bit of a stretch to me. I would more or less compare it to Bianca and Sasha at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
That got a big pop. That got a big reaction even before the bell rang.
Yeah.
So I would kind of compare it to that. But either way, I hate to say it, Mike. I really don't think that this match is going to get the reaction people think it's going to, because a lot of people already have their mind made up.
Yeah, and I think that's why it is not.
You're one of the few. You're one of the few, probably. You're probably in the 15% of people who watch wrestling are invested in this storyline that think Roman is going to win.
No, I didn't say I think he's going to win. I said that it's not so clear that Cody beats him at WrestleMania. I think that
that would mean Roman is going to win.
Yeah, but again, I'm saying I don't know. That's where the difference is, right? Everybody's like for sure thinking Cody's going to win. Me, I'm like, I don't know. I think it'll be an interesting prediction show next week, but
yes.
I think that I think it's good that some people like myself, and I'm not the only one. I feel like there's some people that think that it is up in the air. There are some people that feel like Cody's not going to win into SummerSlam because it's too predictable that he wins at WrestleMania this year. There are a lot of people that win, lose, or draw, Roman Reigns is going home for a little bit. Now, can we have these shows without our top champion? Yeah.
No,
we've seen it a bunch.
no,
yes, we can. No, we've seen it all the time.
You can have these shows with Roman. Okay, depending on how long the break of Roman Reigns is. So you're telling me you can have these shows. Let's say he's gone for 2 months. Yeah. So you're telling me Raw and SmackDown can go with no championship storyline for 2 months?
Raw's been doing it for almost a year now. And SmackDown, Roman's there, what, once a month, maybe twice? If you really look at it, But I think that goes along with the character. Right.
Roman Reigns is more or less like what Brock Lesnar was. He's a special attraction.
Right. And look at when Brock was champion. He was only around every now and then.
But Brock never held the championship for 2 years, Mike.
I understand that.
2 years straight.
I understand that. But don't you think that people aren't? I feel like.
And when was the last time we saw a Royal Rumble winner lose at WrestleMania?
Again, adds to the point, right? Like, all of these things are adding to speculation that Cody's going to lose. because I feel like you said, when's the last time a Royal Rumble winner lost? Well, that would be a great reason right there to shake things up a little bit. Again, listen, my official prediction will be next week, right? But who knows?
WWE spent $150,000 on pyro. Cody is not losing. Okay.
150. All right, hold on. Let's get into some of this. Most of the people Paul Heyman has managed, he turned against them. Brock, Big Show. If Roman should lose, do you think Paul would turn against Roman? This is
Doug, what are you doing?
No, we got to get there. Mitchell's in the building. Mitchell says Roman is a big draw. He is. He's probably one of the only legitimate draws in wrestling right now. And Doug agrees. Doug, that's
wrestler of the year.
Yeah, I know. Interesting, right?
With no blood. Oh, sorry.
Was that a shot at Mox? All right, but he didn't bleed this week. It's got to be a world record. But yeah.
Hey, never mind. I was about to. Wow. Okay.
I
had a V moment.
Let's not go there, pal. Will Paul Heyman turn on Roman Reigns? I mean, so this goes back to Cody's promo from this past week. I'm glad you brought that up. Right? Cody brought up some points. Cody said, so what happens when you lose those championships? He said, I'll tell you what happens. He said, Jay's gonna leave you. Like, I looked
at Roman's face.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then he said, and once Jay leaves, Jimmy's gonna leave you too. They're twins. Like,
right. Right. And he was like, once there's no more. Oh, go ahead.
Mitchell Clark says Paul's not turning on.
Oh
Roman.
my God.
Paul got child support to pay. Oh, jeez. All right.
I got kids. Where's Heath Slater? I got kids.
He's over there in Impact, doing nothing. But yeah, he's just Heath. He lost his last name. But yeah, that actually reminds me of JR saying, he's the owner of this company. I just bought a house. I got a mortgage to pay. I don't know. For those that remember that, they remember. But I think it was during Survivor Series or something like that when it was Team WWE
versus WCW.
Yeah, and JR is just like, what happens if WWE goes out of business? I just bought a house. Like, I love JR's line there.
Right.
I got a mortgage to pay.
Right.
Oh man, we have fun here. But yeah, so as we said, Jimmy's gonna leave you. And then he said, and then what do you think is gonna happen? Solo? And then the crowd popped a little bit. And he said, and he looked at Solo, what's up? You've been looking at me this whole night. I like that too. Yeah. Solo, what's up? But, yeah. You better stop looking at me like that.
Yeah. And then when the Usos leave, and then Solo. But you've been gawking at me all night, man. Yeah. Let me tell you something.
Yeah, I love that.
Let me tell you something about being a second generation, being flanked by the champion. You think you're ready, you're not ready. I was like, awesome. Yes.
Well, it's what I've been saying about Solo for months now, and I like Solo. Let me make this clear. But yeah, I didn't think he was ready. I didn't think he was ready, but everybody disagreed with me except Cody. But. And then, so Solo's going to leave you. And then he said about Paul Heyman, right? He said, and Paul, he said, Roman, you're no longer going to be the tribal chief. You're going to be a chief with no tribe. You're going to be the head of no table, whatever he said. Like
a Roman with no more reigns.
Yeah. Oh, that was great. And then
he said Paul becomes an advocate again. Oh my goodness.
That was how Brock looked. I mean, Brock. See, I'm already thinking about it. Oh, you saw how Roman looked at Paul when he said that. Does Paul
was like, wait, Brock Lesnar? I think Yeah, it leaves a lot to the imagination.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think the Paul and Brock ship has sailed because I think the character Brock is playing now is very much relatable and people enjoy it.
Yeah.
And Paul Heyman would not fit into that demographic of what Brock is doing right now.
Right. Yeah.
So I would more or less not like to see Paul turn on Roman. I would more than I don't know if I want to say this now or save it till next week. You know what? I'm going to say it now because it's not a prediction.
Okay.
I would like to see Roman
prediction. It's a spoiler.
No, it's not even a spoiler. It's just an opinion. What are you trying to do here?
I don't know. X Doug. Yeah.
I would like to see Roman lose clean.
Yes.
And then have Jay and Jimmy and Solo look at him like, bruh, like you were supposed to be the guy. You're the head of the table, and you lose clean.
Revy the kid.
And then
Revy, what's up, bro? Yeah. Wait. What up? Wait. I'm trying to.
What is
what's
your
thoughts on New Japan
and Noah?
New Japan and Noah? I don't watch Pro Wrestling Noah and New Japan. I haven't. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't watched New Japan Pro Wrestling since like AEW kind of got started. Like I used to watch it to keep up with the Elite and Kenny Omega, and even like when Cody went over there, and when Jericho was over there. Like I kept up with it then. Okada is probably one of the best wrestlers in the world. Still to this day. But I haven't really. I don't really watch New Japan. Bro, you gotta understand. There's so much wrestling that I have to watch, like for like the States. So I don't get a chance to watch everything else. I know it's dope. Noah low-key fire. I gotta tune in. Yeah, definitely.
Well, do me a favor, Revy. Put in the comments where I can find it.
Well, I know New Japan. So New Japan, and you can put in the comments also. But New Japan comes on the same network that Impact comes on. Actually, they have
Access TV.
Access, yeah. So like, actually, right after.
But Impact comes on. Okay, well, put in the comments the site. Impact comes on at 11 o'clock
over there in Georgia. Because because over here, all right, in New York, it actually airs at 8. It comes on at 8, and then at 10 o'clock, New Japan Pro Wrestling comes on, like literally right after it.
If maybe it changed, but I know when I would do shows with our band, with a house band for a little venue here, and we would do shows, and our shows would start at 10:30, and we would go till 1 on a Sunday, and midway through our first set, Impact would be coming on. I'd be like,
Bali rules.
You know what? I know that site. And let me just retract everything I just said because I'm getting Impact and Ring of Honor confused.
Oh, Ring of Honor now they're streaming. So
but this was before the purchase by Tony Khan. Ring of Honor was coming on at 11 o'clock. But
hold on, Doug X. Are you both in New York? I'm in the East, in East Texas. Texas. Wow, what did I get? Texas. Tennessee. Sorry, I'm thinking about JBL.
There's like 4 extra letters there. Where'd you get Texas?
I know. I got it. It's Tennessee. Tennessee, guys. Tennessee. Sorry. I did pass the 4th grade, but yes. Tennessee.
Mike's water is tainted.
It must be. To answer your question, Doug, I'm in New York. Knuckles is in Georgia, but Knuckles is from New York, so we have that New York thing there. But shout out to everybody in Tennessee. And we appreciate your viewership. We really do.
Matter of fact, Doug is in East Tennessee.
Yeah.
Is that what that says?
Yeah.
I don't like y'all right now.
Wait, why? What's happening?
I don't like it. They put
I
my
don't
Blue
like that.
Devils out the tournament.
I don't like that.
They put my Blue Devils out the tournament. I don't like Tennessee right now.
All right. Well, you and Doug.
But this is a wrestling show, so I will leave those feelings aside. Thank you for watching, Doug.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Let's keep it moving though. But
uncomfortability.
Nah, never that. But there's a site for free. I gotta find. Mike Safety, my brother. Go check out my new music. Yes, go check out Revy's music. Great artist, New York artist. So go check him out. On YouTube.
Didn't you mention him like 2 weeks ago? Or
of course. I always shout out Revy, man. Shout out to that's my guy right there. So yes, be safe out there, and of course, thank you, Revy. All right, so what was I? What was he talking about before? Okay, because I kind of got off track with the
Cody Rhodes.
Cody,
and
Solo. So we was mentioning Solo, and you mentioned Paul Heyman, and does he go back with Brock? Maybe not. Guess not. You said the ship is kind of sailed with Brock because of the character. I agree. I don't think he needs Paul Heyman anymore. And it's not a discredit to Paul Heyman. It's a credit to where Brock Lesnar is with his character right now. And that was pretty much Monday Night Raw. I don't think we missed anything really important. No. What do you give Monday Night Raw, Knuckles?
Let's see. No appearance from John Cena.
Nope.
Yeah, we couldn't see him.
Knuckles.
I tried to stay in character. I tried to hold it. Austin Theory. I'm only going to give it a 2 count because of the main event the opening segment and the main event.
I agree. Before that thought, Doug asks, do you think Dustin Rhodes Dustin will be in the back for Cody? He may be at WrestleMania. I mean, in the back, yeah, it's possible. I mean, he can't appear on camera because he works for AEW, but yeah, right. I think that'd be cool. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's a good question. As for Raw, I'm gonna give Raw a 2 count. I thought that Raw was good. I didn't think it was great, but I thought it was good. Some good build up towards WrestleMania. I thought it was good. I mean, the main event segments, like the main event matches, are really getting built up strong. So that's all I can really ask for. All right. Well, before we continue, Trinity Fatu confirmed today that she is no longer with WWE. She actually confirmed it, herself. So that's interesting. I wish Trinity the best. I hope that she finds somewhere that she is happy and does something that she's happy doing. And I wish,
I think she's. I wouldn't be surprised if we see her more in the modeling scene than wrestling at all. Because she's killing it. She's killing it in modeling right now.
Yeah, I mean, Trinity or Naomi. I don't know if she has any interest in wrestling anymore. You got to remember how long Trin's been wrestling at this point. It's got to be like 15 years, 14 years or something. So she's been wrestling a long time. She may not have that interest in wrestling anymore. It's sad.
That's what I'm saying. I think she's leaning more toward the modeling thing and all of that, and trying to get into the other business than wrestling at all. And honestly, I would rather her do that than her go somewhere like AEW and be underutilized.
Yeah, no, I agree. Gotta mute that in the background. I actually started playing Trends. She did I guess she did somebody's podcast earlier. I don't have the name, but give me a second. I'm gonna try to find it, but because we give credit here. Women's Wrestling Talk podcast had Trent on the show, and she confirmed with them, and she confirmed on her own Instagram that she is no longer with WWE. So give me a second here. I think Dominic will do something to Conan at the Hall of Fame, and then Ray will break loose on Dominic at WrestleMania. Has it been confirmed that Conan's inducting Ray? I might have missed that, but it has. Okay, so that'll be cool to see Conan on WWE television. That's pretty cool.
I think it's been confirmed.
I think something will happen on the SmackDown before the Hall of Fame.
And if it's not Conan, I can see Chavo.
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah, something like that. I could see that happening. I could definitely see that happening.
Chavo or Vicky. No, Vicky's still with AEW, right?
No, Vicky's not with AEW anymore. So Vicky. Vicky would be actually cleared to be there. Yeah, Vicky actually
something in that Guerrero circle or either the Lucha Libre circle.
Yeah,
if it's not Conan, but I heard it was Conan.
Huh? All right. Well, I don't. You know what? I don't know if they're gonna do an angle at the Hall of Fame. Now that I think about it, it would be.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, you don't want to start getting into the habit of doing like these wrestling angles at the Hall of Fame. Like the Hall of Fame is supposed to be presented as real, and you don't want to. I don't know if you want to do that, but they might.
Right.
Yeah. Is Nia Jax going to AEW? I'm not sure. Mitchell Clark X. I don't know. Does Nia still want to wrestle? I don't know.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't even know that was a thing.
I mean, because we'll get there too with the Outcast storyline, but you got that going on. And the WWE girls are kind of outnumbered by the AEW girls. That would be something, or maybe the Garcia twins, the Bella twins. I heard a lot of people talking about that also, that they may come to AEW to help out the WWE girls.
Oh God, please no. There's so many better options.
Money. Okay. But yeah, so yo, well,
what did you say about currency? What?
Money. Oh man. Well, Mercedes says wherever the bag is, where the bag is, she'll go. She said whoever got the biggest bag, she'll go there. So Doug says if Ron Simmons was still wrestling, I think him and Bobby Lashley would be a great team. Doom 2.0.
Damn.
Mitchell says the Bellas are so spoiled. Yeah, I know. I kind of like Nikki and Brie though. That might be unpopular, but I kind of like Nikki and Brie.
Sorry.
Okay. We gotta get to NXT and AEW and get up out of here. Okay. NXT. Is there anything on NXT that you would like to talk about? I guess just a hint, maybe we could talk about the Roxanne situation.
Yeah. I would like to know, and I don't even know. Well, if it had been revealed, like what was the real reason for it being written off television? Because I didn't hear. I know it didn't have anything to do with her health.
Right, that's what I'm hearing as well.
But it was something else, and I don't know if that had been released, what the real reason was. But it's going to be interesting because now she's cleared.
Yeah, but they've already announced this.
But they already
NXT Women's
right.
Championship match. So
It's
I don't know.
It's a ladder match, isn't it?
Yeah, for the NXT Women's Championship.
Oh, you know what? Sorry. I'm sorry. This is something so off topic. Something just flashed over my phone.
Oh man,
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Knuckles, everybody.
Hey Doug, if you're still watching, oh there he is. Which NXT stars can you see making their main roster at WrestleMania or the night after? Braun Breaker.
Braun Breaker, without question.
Braun Breaker. Yeah, I think that's about it, honestly. But yeah, Doug, if you get a chance, just off the record, if you have like ESPN app, you might want to take a look at it. But go ahead.
Okay.
But yeah, so Roxanne Perez.
Yes.
Isn't that women's NXT match a ladder match?
Yes, it is.
Why don't you just put her in it?
Yeah, but my thing is, right, you put her in there. If I'm Roxy, why am I in this ladder match? Why is my title hanging above the ring here? Like, what are we doing?
Because you had to be written off TV for a personal issue.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, a storyline. And well, I mean,
but they made it seem like it wasn't storyline. Yeah, it was real life.
Yeah, well,
but they just put in storyline that she got kicked in the head and she passed out.
Right. Well, my thing is, okay, in storyline though, not in real life. In storyline, if I'm Roxy, why am I defending my title in a matter of fact, not even defending? Why am I competing for the women's championship when I'm already champion? And she's been going what, 2 weeks? Why is this match happening, Knuckles? Like, what's happening here?
I mean,
and of course, none of us know what happened.
Okay, so wait a minute. Let me read. Right. So let me reevaluate. Excuse me. Let me reevaluate your question. You're asking why is her title being put up?
No. Why if I'm Roxy and they put me in the match, right? Why?
Oh,
okay.
Fight
for the women's championship when I'm already women's champion. Like, why do I have to basically to win the championship? I'm already champion. Hold on.
Yeah, but okay. So
Pretty Deadly, the modern day rock and roll express. Yes, boy.
Hey, Mike. Yeah. Hey, Mike. Yes, boy.
Yes, boy.
Tell Doug your opinion on Pretty Deadly.
Well, this isn't my old opinion, but when Pretty Deadly came on the TV, I pretty much turned off the television. I pretty much didn't watch the matches. They were pretty mid and pretty boring. And I pretty much didn't want to watch them. But I mean, now I've changed.
That was pretty brutal, man.
Yeah, it was pretty brutal. Well, watching that matches are pretty brutal. But no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding now. Like before, yeah, but now, no, I actually like Pretty Deadly. I think they're actually really entertaining. Yes, boy. I like it.
Yes, boy.
Yeah. But yeah, they was pretty mid to me back in the day. But yeah, that's my stance on Pretty Deadly. Well, it was my stance on Pretty Deadly. But what was I saying? Yeah, I don't know. It's like I said, if I'm Roxy, this is dumb. Like, how am I not champion for not being there for 2 weeks? Like, that makes no sense whatsoever. But
they probably thought it was going to. Right. Mm-hmm. I think they probably thought that this issue would take longer than 2 weeks to resolve, and it being personal and saying maybe, take all the time you need and blah, 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 blah. And it just so happens that Roxy needed less time than they thought. Because excuse me, Roxy was a main attraction on NXT. She was one of the main characters.
Yeah, she was champion.
Right, and then all of a sudden, you don't see her on TV things start getting left to the imagination. What's going on? Why is she not on my TV?
Knuckles, I'll say this, right? If they wanted to keep her on TV, like again, we didn't know how long she was going to be off, right? But let's just say, hypothetically speaking, if it was going to be like 2-3 weeks, there are ways, and we all know there are ways to keep talents relevant on television with them not actually being at the building or being, on the show. There's so many different pre-tapes they could do. She could have did pre-tapes from her house, to be honest. So
yeah, honestly,
I just, something sounds fishy about this whole situation. I don't know, and if it's personal, then it's not for me to know. But like, it just it
doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. Exactly, it doesn't make sense. And I'm actually trying to. She is officially not champion anymore, right? Like it's officially vacated, right?
I believe so.
I'm gonna check. Try to continue to my NXT. If there's anything else, but I am going to check right now.
Yeah, go ahead and do your Googles. I'll just put one more opinion and one more comment on this whole situation. I think if it was, I think taking the title from her that quickly might have been a mistake. When honestly, if you wanted to do something revolving around Roxy, you could have had, and I hate to say this because I'm really tired of this type of storyline, or I'm tired of this type of angle. You could have had a 8-woman tournament to determine a number 1 contender.
Yeah,
that could have lasted you 2 to 3 weeks and would have given Roxy time to get whatever she had to get together in her personal or whatever, and she didn't have to be on TV. So you could have went that way instead of just, taking the title from her. But, I think basically Sean or whoever kind of painted themselves into a corner right now by, taking the title from her, because now she's cleared the wrestle. And she never lost. So
if you guys are watching, I'm sorry, go ahead, Knuckles.
No, I see what you got on the screen right there.
So this is WWE's official. This is WWE's official website. This is WWE.com. Their superstar page. Roxanne Perez is still officially recognized as the NXT Women's Champion. So, with that being said, Roxy's still champion. So what are we doing? What are we doing? That's all I'm asking is, what are we doing here?
I don't know. You think they're going to do something about? Here's a possibility. Roxanne could come back Tuesday.
Yeah, and she's in a match. If Roxy's in a match, she retains.
No, I think Roxy. I think there's a possibility Roxy comes back on Tuesday and takes her title back, and then they still have the ladder.
I think they're still gonna do the match. Yeah, yeah.
Or they have the ladder match on Tuesday. They have the match on Tuesday to determine who will face her at Stand and Deliver.
I think the ladder match is a bigger match for Stand and Deliver, though. So I feel like you kind of have to do the ladder match at Stand and Deliver. I think what will happen is, I think you're right. I think, and Doug's talking about Ava Raine here, but I think what will happen is Roxy does come back and she will still be champion, but I think she puts herself in a ladder match, and which
puts the title on the line.
Puts the title on the line because she, in the spirit of competition. All right. And I think that's what's going to happen. I honestly think that's because if WWE hasn't officially stripped her of the championship yet, which it doesn't seem like they have, because this is now almost Friday.
She's still on the page, right?
She's still on the page as champion. It means she's still champion. So, all right. Doug says, I think Rock's daughter is going to wrestle at Stand and Deliver. She is. She's in a match. She's in the Schism match. Schism versus Chase U and Tyler Bate. It'll be interesting to see if she does any of her dad's moves. I think they're trying to
separate
keep Ava so separate from The Rock that I don't think she would do any of his moves.
Right, because if she was gonna do some of her moves, I think in my opinion they would have given her some kind of Samoan lineage.
She would have
And
been
they took
Simone
her
Johnson instead of Ava
Right.
Raine.
Right.
She would have been Simone.
They took her way away from by putting her in Schism.
Yeah.
So
says one day we might see Rock's Ava Raine and Charlotte Flair against each other. Yeah. I mean possibility, yeah, could happen.
She got a way to go, but possibility.
Yeah, long way to go. I'm trying to think of what else happened. There's some qualifying matches. Indy lost to who did Indy lose to this week? Tiffany. So Tiffany's in the match. I mean,
why? I'm gonna channel my inner Kenan Thompson. Why is call her name out, Mike? Because you know who I'm talking
about. What's Thea Hale?
No.
Zoe Stark.
Yes.
Zoe Stark.
Why? Is Zoe Stark? That thing makes my face melt.
Oh man!
Like
Uh-oh.
Why is she? She's in the ladder match, right?
Yeah.
Why?
Oh. Cause she's getting a push, pal.
Why?
Okay, I'll say this about Zoe. I can't. I'll fight this. I'll say this about Zoe. Zoe is talented. Okay, Zoe is a good wrestler. She's a very good wrestler. She's just a charisma vacuum. That's all. Like she has no personality, but she is a really good wrestler. Like, and that's why she keeps getting the opportunities she gets, because she's a really good wrestler.
So is Serena Deeb.
I love Serena Deeb.
Really?
I love Serena Deeb.
I love Serena Deeb. And she's
one of the best wrestlers on the planet right now.
Female wrestlers in the world. Yes. Yeah. But she's
oh man. Listen, I don't love Zoe Stark. Okay, so you ain't got no heat with me, pal.
Thank you.
You ain't got no heat with me, pal. It's just I know that she's talented.
I don't see it, man. Honestly, okay. I just Zoe Stark. I don't. Why? I just don't see it with Zoe Stark.
I hear you. Let's continue to move forward here, so the show's not running off ever. Okay, so we talked about the Schism stuff. They had a segment. Kiana and Fallon got jumped by not Ava Raine. Alba Fire. You got rain, yes. You got fire. It's a lot going on.
A lot of weather troubles.
Yeah, I guess.
You're a meteorologist.
So. A storm is coming. Oh no, that's Jade. All right, but yeah, so but oh, Ray doesn't hear that.
Winter is coming.
What?
Oh, sorry.
Oh man.
It's a lot of weather going on right now. Alba Fire, Roman Reigns.
Yeah,
God.
Oh man. All right. Okay. Let's where was I? Oh yeah, that happened. Carmelo Hayes teams with Braun Breaker to take on Pretty Deadly in the main event. It was a good main event, but you knew that like Braun and Hayes were gonna win. Like, come on. Yes, boy.
Yes, boy.
I give NXT a 2 count. Just keep going.
Right. I'm sorry, Gargano and whoever the devil that was.
It's Grayson. Big Body Javi. I actually like Big Body
Javi.
Big Body Javi. Javier, don't know his last name, but yes. Big Body Javi. I'm entertained. I'm sports entertained by Big Body Javi.
Yeah,
entertained.
And we'll get there too, because what is his name?
Wait. Before we get there, So speaking of Gargano, I'm glad you mentioned Gargano. Very interesting, right? Obviously, last week Waller attacked Gargano at his home in front of his wife and child.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Candice should have grabbed a strap. But yeah, so that's it. You're on my property in front of my family. Yeah. Get the thing.
Yeah, I got this.
Anybody from New York knows exactly what that means. Go get the thing.
It's bet.
Candice just sitting there. Stop it. That's enough. Stop it. Yo,
Right.
girl, if you don't go get the thing out of the closet, out of the out of the door.
Right. You gonna come in? Oh, you gonna come in my crib? Bet.
Yeah.
Bet.
Oh man. I won't elaborate on what that thing is, but
Somebody get the thing. Get the thing is crazy.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Bro. It's crazy.
Get the thing. You know the thing. Get the thing.
Yo. B, we miss you. All right, but
Yes.
hold on.
I
saw on one show somebody said, "Why did she throw the baby at Wilder?" Oh, I'm done. Oh God, I'm done. Just throw little baby wrestling.
Golly.
Baby wrestling
You just toss the baby. The baby hits the dragon run on Grayson Waller.
Yeah, baby Rana. Baby Rana.
Baby Rana.
Yo.
Golly.
That was great.
A small package.
Oh man, I didn't know Miss was in the segment.
A Mahi Straw cradle.
Mahi Straw cradle. I love it. I love that. I love that. I love the name of that move. Like, I love that. Mahi Straw cradle is great. Oh man, that must have been Wilder texting. But yeah. But yeah, I thought that was great. And interestingly enough, Wilder said to Gargano, I'll sign the contract for the match, but give it to Vic Joseph. Now, we all know in real life, Vic Joseph is Johnny Gargano's best friend. I'm intrigued because I feel like Vic's getting a beating next week. I think they're gonna get some heat on Vic Joseph. I feel like that's coming. Just because Waller also said, I'm only signing it if Gargano's not in the building. Now, why would Gargano be like, yeah, you could argue, okay, well, you broke into his house and, Gargano wants to, he could be doing it to keep Gargano away, but I think it's more to it. I think they're doing that so that Gargano can't save Vic Joseph from a beating. I think that's what's going to happen. I think that's the go home show next week for
you're spot on.
I think so. I think so. And I think they're going to do it in a way that Vic isn't. I don't think they're going to do it in the ring, because if they do it in the ring, Booker T is going to help Vic Joseph. They're going to do it in a way that Vic has to go to give the contract to Waller.
Right.
And that's where I think we get a beat down there. Go for the pin, guys. These are the kind of insights that you're not going to get.
Yeah. You know we've been working with WWE for about 10 years. We've been booking stuff. Without you guys knowing it. We just play coy and act like we have opinions. We know.
Yeah, we know. And then when we're wrong, we just say those things to throw you guys off. Like, we know that it's wrong.
The whole prediction shows and title changes. Well, wait a minute. Mike, you have held the predictions championship a long time.
I'm no longer champion now. You're champion now.
Yeah, I know that, but you had like a run of like 5 weeks.
Yeah,
or like 5 pay-per-views.
Yeah, it was a long run. Hold on. Doug says, I enjoyed talking to you both. I look forward to your show again. Thank you for the show. Enjoyed it. Thank you. We appreciate you. We do this for people like you. So thank you, Doug.
Absolutely.
Thank you. We appreciate you. Thank you for being a part of the show. It's not just you watching the show. You're a part of it now. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you,
Doug, look, that's how I started.
This is true. This is true, and we really appreciate every single person that
Absolutely.
liked, shared, listened for 5 minutes, like whatever. Stop by. We appreciate you
Right.
guys. But yes, Knuckles, you were saying though.
Oh yeah, about you being champion for so long.
Prediction champion.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you sure you don't work for the company? Sure you don't?
Oh man, I think
know.
you called. Oh man. The jig is up. I knew this day would come. All right, you got me, Knuckles.
Yeah,
You got me.
I'm no fool.
Oh man. Yeah, I got my job with WWE back in 2013. Okay.
Oh wow.
I've been
So
there
you
for
were
about 10 years.
So you were responsible for Craig Khali? Oh, okay, never mind.
No, actually, that was Freddie Prinze Jr. But anyway, yeah. So
Okay, thank you for clarifying. I appreciate it.
yeah. So when you see Freddie, you give him the heat that you got from me, because that wasn't
I
me.
got you.
That wasn't
okay.
that wasn't me.
My bad. My bad.
It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. I don't take offense to that. A lot of people get me and Freddie Prince's writing mixed up. I know it's an easy mistake. I get it.
I got you.
You know, he was
I
in
got you.
Scooby Doo. I wasn't.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of a difference. You know? He's white. I'm black. You know, there's difference.
Yeah,
Right, but anyway.
but who's count? But you know,
Yeah.
you know.
All right,
Yeah.
Knuckles, we gotta get to AEW so we can get up out of here. Perfect time to talk about the CM Punk post that I actually have here. I cannot read that on the
please.
screen. I'm gonna have to find it here. Give me a second, because I can't.
Well, you can't read that.
Hold on, give me a second. Maybe I can. Okay. I can read it now.
Okay.
Sigh. I wasn't cleared to come back to wrestle yet. Then plan was to wrestle at the pay-per-view. I sat and listened to Moxley's Rocky 3 idea. I explained how I'd never seen a Rocky movie. And I thought the idea sucked. But if the boss wanted to do it, whatever. He said he wouldn't lose to me. I never experienced someone refusing to lose to me. I just laughed. I asked Tony if this was what he wanted. He said yes. He's the boss, so I said okay, but I need to be cleared first. They kept saying it could just be a squash, so I didn't need to be cleared. I scuffed at that. My health is more important. Dave Meltzer is a liar. Jericho's a liar and a stooge. Oh wow. There were plans, not stooge. There were plans, but plans always change. But I'll never put a company above my health ever again. This post was actually deleted by CM Punk. But it is a real CM Punk post, as you can see at the header there. That is CM Punk's name, and that is a real CM Punk name. Huh? Wait, say again?
With the check mark.
With the check mark.
With the
so
check
that is
mark.
CM Punk's name. Do you have any comments about this? Doesn't look like Punk's coming back, does it?
It does not. And wow. Heater.
Yeah. Jericho's a liar and a stooge, apparently. Why? I don't know why I laughed at the stooge part, but that's hilarious. Oh man. It's not even the liar part, it's the stooge part.
You're like, not stooge. I think, and as much of a CM Punk fan as I am, because I love his work, I love what he does. I just think it's get to the point now where he could just, don't worry about it anymore. Just go. You've made a career out of what you've done. Multi-time world champion in 2 different companies. I'm sorry, 3 different companies. I if I'm CM Punk, you know what? I'm washing my hands of the entire thing, and I'm going home to be with my wife.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's married
I-
to April. I mean, I would too, but I hear you.
Yeah, I could because okay, let's say he goes to WWE.
Sorry, babe.
The stuff,
Yeah, I'm listening.
the stuff
Edit,
that
edit,
happens
edit.
in it. Oh, you better.
Yeah,
The stuff that happened in AEW is gonna follow him there.
Mm.
And if he does come back to AEW, the stuff that happened in AEW is going to be there when he comes back.
Yeah.
So why even put yourself in a situation to face scrutiny wherever you go when you can just go home and live a normal life? You're a legend in a lot of people's eyes.
Yeah, of course.
A Hall of Famer.
First ballot.
Yeah, first ballot
If
Hall
he
of
even goes
Famer.
in, but
Right. Yet to be determined. TBD.
Yeah.
Love
Yeah.
you, V. Yeah, just go home. You have nothing else to prove.
he doesn't have anything to prove, but I have it on good authority to believe Punk still wants to wrestle. And if he wants to wrestle, who are we to tell him, go home and not wrestle? Like it's
But for what though? And
I
at
think Punk still has love for the
what
business.
risk? At what risk?
Well,
He just
he's
said at the
cleared.
end of that post, I will always put my health before a company. Now, what happens if you take that wrong bump?
No, but
You're
he's
not-
clear. He's cleared though.
Okay, he is cleared. Understood. But just because you're cleared doesn't mean you're 21.
True.
Just because you're cleared doesn't mean you could do all of this. Come on, man.
Now, to be fair, Punk did have like 7 years off. So, like, yeah, Punk's not 21 anymore. But all of that time off to heal his body, he's probably in better shape than some of the people that are in, like, maybe not 20s, but in their early 30s.
Is he
Punk's
really?
He might be. Because think about it.
Punk,
Look, all right. So look at it from this perspective, right? All of that time off, right? And Punk was still taking care of himself. It wasn't like Punk was just at home, like on a couch getting fat. Like he took care of himself. A lot of times in wrestling, all you really need to kind of and I'll get this 2 count off the screen. I don't know what I was on there for the longest. All you really need is to heal your body a little bit, but you're not able to do that because you're on the road for 200 plus days a year. So once you get to stay home for a little bit and not be taking bumps, you'd be surprised how well and how helpful it is to your body. So I think that Punk, even in his 40s, is in better shape than some of the other people that's been working nonstop for the last 20 years. For example, take Bryan Danielson, right? Who still performs at a high level, right?
yes. I agree.
Brian, what, was retired for 4 years or whatever, like, and came back and has been wrestling nonstop ever since, has been, like, killing it ever since. You don't think that Punk's in better shape than Bryan Danielson?
Hell,
Really?
hell no. Absolutely not.
Even considering the style that Bryan works compared to the style that CM Punk works. Bryan is a
Considering.
physical person. Punk is more of a wrestler. He's more of a, like, let's go out there, let's have a wrestling match. Bryan is one of the best technical wrestlers in the world. Yes.
I was just about to say.
But Bryan will go out there and he'll have a hard-hitting match. Like Bryan will go out there and hit hard and get hit hard and like it. Versus Punk, where Punk wrestles more of a safer style. Punk's not going out there and wrestling like, these crazy, like, Bryan Danielson type matches. So,
But it's always been been that way with Punk, though. It's always been that way. He was never. But here's what I'm saying. when we thought CM Punk was in great condition to do some of the stuff he was doing,
Yeah.
take that match with Adam Page. Punk looked like he was like 70 out there trying to wrestle. You're sitting there trying to do a buckshot Larry, and you damn near break your neck because
Well, that
you
was a
can't go over.
mistake anyway. If he knows he can't do the buckshot, he shouldn't be trying to do.
Okay, well then why try it?
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, he shouldn't be.
You
out
know
there
what I'm
trying to
saying?
do buckshot
And
Larrys.
plus, right. And plus, what I'm saying is, this is why I say you should go home.
Yeah.
AEW's schedule compared to WWE is night and day.
Right.
If you
Even though
if you
they
go
are
to
doing house shows
WWE,
now, they are doing house shows now. But yeah,
yeah, but they're not doing house shows every day.
no.
So your schedule in WWE, if you become a mainstay on a main roster, you're probably going to be working out of the 365 days. You're probably going to be working somewhere around 250 to 275.
Right.
CM Punk cannot hold that schedule in the condition at the age he's in right now. He is not Edge.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
Now, but case in point, he can't go back to AEW because he's got trash sitting there waiting on him. And you just solidified that nobody in the company like you because you calling people a stooge and yes men.
A liar. And
You
a
think
stooge.
you're gonna a liar and a stooge? You're gonna go back to that company where the person you're talking about is working there? You're liable to get your damn knees taken out.
You know what was funny, and we'll actually, and you're right, because and we got to keep going. And this kind of fits into what you were saying. You know, it's funny. AEW did this angle right at the beginning of the show. It was the Elite being attacked. Well, the Young Bucks really, because Kenny wasn't attacked, so it wasn't the whole Elite, but the Young Bucks were attacked. Now we know now that it was Blackpool Combat Club, but I thought for a second, I'm like, they could do something really interesting here. With all of the talk of CM Punk, because that wasn't the only post, right? Punk actually had another post about the fact that I think it was like Coco Beware and somebody got into a fight backstage back in the day, and he had like shared a post about it, right? I think Meltzer reported it, or somebody reported it. But long story short, basically the point of it was Coco and that person talked about it. They got pulled to the locker room the next day. They talked about it and they had to squash the beef. And guess what? They still had to work with each other. And he said, that's how it was done back in the day. You get into a fight or an altercation with another talent. Look at Sean and Brett back in the day. Yeah, we know how that ended, but Sean and Brett used to get into fights all the time backstage. They had to pull them apart, like legitimate. There was one time
they had rest right
out or something.
Yeah, and they had wrestlers court back then too.
Another thing. Yeah. So, I mean, I feel like this whole thing could be resolved, but because at the end of the day, money talks, right? This whole thing could be resolved, and we're gonna get to AEW. We're on AEW. Young Bucks got attacked. There was a production truck shown on camera. I didn't notice this initially, but somebody had pointed this out. I don't know if you noticed, Knuckles.
Oh, Punk is on the truck?
He's on the truck, but he's covered up. They put tables in front of his face to cover up CM Punk on television. Yes, they did. I'm going to try to find the Twitter post as we talk. I'm going to find it for you.
I'm going to have to go back and look at that.
I didn't
notice that.
They covered up Punk's face. Yes, they did. From the production trunk. Give me 1 second here.
Wow.
I'm gonna try to find it. So we don't have dead air. Try to keep going with AEW.
Okay.
The trios tag team match started off the show.
Oh yeah, the tree. Okay. So we had House of Black versus No.
Oh, the tag. It was Orange Cassidy. Is Orange Cassidy team?
Oh, you said
Darby Allin and
you said trios tag title match, which kind of
tag team match. Yeah,
so
trios tag team match.
Yeah, okay.
Versus Kip Sabian, the Butcher, and the Blade.
And Butcher and the Blade, yes.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna steal a line. I was gonna steal a line from Simon Miller here. I'm really glad that Butcher and the Blade had time to close up their butcher shop to be with us on Wednesday night Dynamite.
Love Simon Miller.
Right, love Simon Miller. Oh my god. I'm a mark, but yeah, I think that match. I think that match was pretty good. I do like the hot tag to Orange Cassidy, and then yeah, it turns it into like lukewarm tag, just because that's just what Orange Cassidy is. He's just the type of character. And then we finally did get the hot tag into Sting, and Sting disposed of Kip Sabian. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm right. Kip Sabian.
Yeah, Kip Sabian, yeah.
Scorpion leg lock, Scorpion deathlock,
drop, yep.
Scorpion deathlock, Butcher and the Blade come in and interrupt. Yeah, the death drop to end the match. Sting at almost 70 years old. You can't tell me nothing.
Nah, I agree.
You can't tell me nothing about Sting right now. And AEW is doing right by him by not putting him in situations that could jeopardize like his health or anything like that. Yet he's still a major focal point in every match he's in.
Yeah, you have Sting come out.
Right by.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
No, I was done. I was waiting on your comment.
No, I was saying that you have Sting come out and take a bump or two, and that's about it, which is cool. Like, he's not doing too much. And I agree. So I do have the post. See, we work quick here on Go for the Pin. All right. We don't play that. This is a different type of show. All right. So let me make sure before I share this. Yes, okay. I gotta make sure you guys aren't seeing things you're not supposed to see. All right, so there it is right here, right? CM Punk's, this is Sports Kita, because we give credit. CM Punk's face on the side of the truck was covered during the opening segment. This is the opening segment. Hold on, it's a picture from the opening segment, if it will load. There it is, right? That CM Punk's face being covered. Is it up there?
I see the tables.
Okay, so you see the truck, right? Okay, that's the truck. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I see the truck. Yes, and I see those two white tables.
This is what the truck looks like.
Oh,
CM Punk's face right in the middle there. All right. One more time for the people at home. This is the production truck that they use. This is AEW's official production truck.
So for everybody that can't really catch it, on the right side of the truck, right on the other side of Kenny Omega's shoulder, like right behind him, what looks like it could be what looks like it could be Tatanka on the side of the truck.
I love it.
The white flashes. Now just keep that in mind. Now flip the picture.
All right, and then there we
and
go.
There it is. Who
is the
is
official
that,
production truck? Huh?
Who is that on the far right?
Jade.
Right.
Jade.
No,
Cargo.
go to the left. Right there.
Malachi Black.
No, not the far left. It's Punk.
That's Matt Jackson, CM Punk, Nick Jackson, and then Jade.
Oh, Nick Jackson. Okay, so okay. No, I didn't know. I didn't realize that, Mike.
Yeah. So this is what we do here. This is the type of content we give you guys. All right.
Wow.
So, but yeah, so that happened, right? And now this whole thing with CM Punk and his comments come out. Maybe it makes a little bit more sense now, because who's really being petty here? That happened on Wednesday night. Punk made his comments today. So who's actually being petty? Might not be CM Punk. You got to call a spade here, guys, and look at what's happening. And I thought initially, right, they had something cool here. With all the talk about CM Punk, what if it was CM Punk? And it's before the comments came out. What if it was CM Punk that attacked the Young Bucks backstage and sent them to the hospital, and everybody thought that it was Blackpool Combat Club? That would have been that would have been what AEW needed. That would have been AEW at its best. That'd have been riveting television. But it doesn't look like it's going to go that way because Blackpool Combat Club, of course, attacked Kenny Omega at the end of the show, basically confirming that they attacked the Young Bucks also at the beginning of the show.
Or is CM Punk a possible new member of Blackpool?
The BCC. Well, I don't know. He just told us that Moxley's idea sucked. So I don't know. I don't know. How much, I don't know how much that's gonna work. Oh man, Burial Central, huh? But yeah, all right. Trios match. I thought it was a good opener. Let's keep going. We're at the 2-hour mark. We got to get ready to wrap this up. All right. The Guns and Top Flight had a match. Of course, the Guns retained. FTR came out after and challenged the Guns to a tag team title match.
Player.
And if I like that, and if FTR lose, they quit AEW.
Well, let's break it down, Mike. First they said we won't challenge anymore.
Yeah,
and the Guns were like, nah. And then they said, okay, FTR will break up.
Nah.
All right, to hell with it. We'll leave the company. Yeah, all right, cool. Bet, run it.
Yeah, run it, exactly.
Now, here's the thing, Mike. Here's the big thing.
I feel like you're gonna say yes. Go ahead, Knuckles.
FTR's contract runs out in April.
Yes, it does.
This is the epitome of not sports entertainer. But this is the epitome of being in limbo. Because FTR honestly could lose this match. Why? Because their contracts run out in April. Or they could win the match because technically in wrestling terms, if you're a wrestling historian, when it's come down to something like this where somebody puts their career and the company on the line, they usually don't lose.
Normally
85-90% of the time they don't lose. So what's going to happen here?
I have an interesting take because
I want to know.
So my
I want to know.
Shout out to my pops who gives his love to everybody. Says hi.
Pops.
He said on Wednesday, right after he saw the segment, he called me. He told me, he said, FTR is losing here because the contract's up. That they're leaving. And I said, no, that is exactly why they're going to win. Because I feel like everybody thinks they're going to lose because their contracts are up. But I think they're going to win, and I think they're staying with AEW. Reason being, one, Dax has already said on his podcast that he knows that WWE is not going to allow him to do his outside things. He said he likes the fact that we can go and work AEW and do indies on the weekend. If we need to, and he said he likes the fact that he'll go into TV on Wednesday, and then by Thursday morning, the first flight he can get out, he's back with his family. He's back with his little girl. And he said that with WWE, you don't have that type of schedule. He said also the podcast he does, WWE is not going to let him do that podcast. Dax talks real about a lot of real things on his podcast. And it's not like the other podcasts where they're talking about things from like 10, 20, 30 years ago. Dax is talking about things that's happening right now.
Right now. Right.
Those type of things don't usually happen on podcasts. Most of Conrad Thompson's podcasts, and he is the podfather, and I give Conrad all of the credit in the world, does an amazing job. But most of Conrad's podcasts, they're not talking about current things. They're talking about things that happened in the past. Dax's podcast is one of the only ones that actually talk about what's currently happened. So with that being said, I think that FTR is going to come to an agreement with AEW at the very last minute. And they also, I know Dax also said that if wherever they go, they need to be presented as main event level talent, like a main event level tag team. They need to be in main event level angles. Has the WWE ever proved that with tag teams? No. Maybe the New Day, but even the New Day, they weren't. I understand Kofi won the world title, and I know Big E won the world title. I'm talking about the New Day as a tag team. Was New Day ever going to main event WrestleMania? No. Like, so
I think the only team they've ever done that was kind of came close was the Usos.
Yeah. And it looks like that may be one of the main events of WrestleMania, the Usos versus Kevin and Sammy, and that would be phenomenal. I would love that.
That's got to be night one's main event.
I hope so. I know there's some people that argue Rhea should main event because she won the Royal Rumble, so she should main event the first night. But
you ain't put no story behind their thing, so you can't.
I think it should be the Usos versus Sammy and Kevin in the main event of night one.
Every main event should be bloodline oriented. I agree.
Yeah. Okay, let's keep going here. But yeah, I think FTR wins the tag team titles. Jade was backstage. She had a promo. Taya Valkyrie's gonna face Layla Gray tonight on Rampage. No, Saturday night. Sorry, special night.
Saturday night.
No DQ match with Hook and Stokely Hathaway. That was fun. They did a guardrail spot. They
Simon Miller, goofy wrestling for life.
yeah. Shout out to Simon Miller. I thought this was good stuff. Nice little bow on the Hook. Stokely.
And now they're teasing Ethan Page, or Matt Hardy's trying to get Ethan Page into that spot to face Hook. Which I think would be a pretty good match, honestly.
Yeah, I like Ethan Page, and I mean, it'll be another guy for Hook to beat. It is what it is. Adam Cole came back, and he baby, and he came back and he said he needed a match for next week because he's making his in-ring return. Daniel Garcia, that sports entertainer, came out there and he challenged Adam Cole. So we get Adam Cole versus Daniel Garcia next week. Cool.
And I do like the fact that Daniel Garcia said, I am one of the best pro wrestlers, sports entertainers.
I love that. And I love that the crowd went, what he said. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
I love it.
Stu Grayson, number 7, facing John Moxley. Moxley did not bleed in a match of who really cares, because Grayson was going to lose anyway. Whatever. It was fine. Okay. Not much to say about it, honestly. QTV aired again. Okay. Cool. I guess. The Outcast, Tony Storm, with Saraya and Ruby Soho beat Sky Blue as if Stevie Wonder couldn't see this happening. Obviously Tony Storm was gonna beat Sky Blue. I mean, it's Sky Blue.
I have my opinion.
I'm sure you do.
I have my opinion.
I'm sure you do. Well, I have an opinion too, but
Sky Blue outside, right out. Well, I can say it.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Sky Blue, outside of the fact that she's a beautiful human being,
she is. I can say that.
She's a good wrestler, and I think she's undervalued.
Yeah.
I do not think under any circumstances she should be put on TV week after week as a jobber. I don't think that's fair at all.
Enhancement
talent. and you can't teach that.
Oh man,
how you doing?
He ain't
But
never
yeah,
coming back.
never. He might as well. What's the politically correct term? Is it? It's not little people wrestling.
All right,
What
yeah,
is
it is. I think they do call them themselves.
Is it
I
little
believe
people?
so. Yes. I believe
Okay,
so.
he might as well go ahead and wrestle on the little people circuit because we ain't gonna see him on mainstream TV anymore.
Okay, I'm gonna stay away from that one. You're right, but yeah, I'm gonna stay away from that one. So Willow Nightingale, our friend,
Yes.
hey friend, and Riho with a lead pipe, came out there to get rid of the heels.
That lead pipe is as big as Riho. I need her to be.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, when she held it up, it's just like, wow, okay, well, you're almost as big as a lead pipe. All right.
She's gonna mess around and concuss herself running to the ring one day. She's gonna be like, I can't stand poop.
Poor Riho. But yeah, that happened. I mean, I guess the segment was fine. I think we're all just waiting to see what happens here. I'm still calling for blood and guts, but
yeah, I was just about to say that.
You know, we'll see what happens. I'm calling for blood
but we
and guts.
we need more characters, Mike.
We do. I don't see how you do this match without Jade Cargill involved. I don't see how you do this match without, I'm going to say it, some money involved or Monet involved. Mercedes Monet. She said she'll go wherever the bag is. Well, Tony's got a bag for her if she wants it. So we'll see. What are you doing around June?
Yeah. So if we see Monet,
yeah.
If we see Monet, does that money glow in the dark?
Oh, wow. Hard-hitting questions at the 2-hour 11 mark where nobody's watching. Don't worry.
Damn, Mike.
They're watching on replay.
Damn, Mike.
I would love that. I would love that. I would love for Trent and Mercedes to be in AEW at least for that match. But that would be crazy. That'd be crazy. I would love to see it.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I would love to see it. All right. Stu Grayson got attacked by BCC. Again, yeah.
Jesus Christ. BCC is turning into like NWO 2023.
For life.
For life. For life is crazy.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. We had the main event. We had Kenny Omega out there with Don Callis. Knuckles, you're gonna have to help me out with this. Vikingo,
yeah.
Okay. We knew it was gonna be a great match. It was a great match. There was a table spot. It was a great match. The problem with it is I didn't think for 1 second that Kenny Omega was gonna lose. So I didn't fall for any of the false finishes, and it was what it was. It was a great match, but and I heard that it increased the ratings. I heard that in the 18 to 49 demographic, that's us. In the 18 to 49
barely.
In the 18 to 49 demographic, I heard it. There was a spike in ratings for that segment or that match, so that's pretty cool. And that usually doesn't happen for AEW, so that's right. Cool. Hangman came back after the match after Kenny won in an ambulance because BCC were attacking Kenny. Right? Yeah, I'll let you. Would you like to go ahead? You can finish off the segment. Go ahead. Sure.
I want your opinion on it first.
Okay.
Cause that ending.
Yeah.
Ooh, the way they went off the air has got fingers on foreheads. There's some chicanery going on, Mike. Something is going on.
Oh, we love chicanery. We love skullduggery also. All right, so
Skullduggery.
Yeah, well, in the
I
hoopla,
like-
okay, Adam Page came
Ooh.
out there. Yeah, hoopla is a great word too. I love hoopla.
It is.
Hoopla. Adam Page came out there, made the save. He had like a tube off. It looked like what in the TNA is going on here. It looked like Janice from from TNA. Anybody that remembers Janice, like, but yeah,
Yes.
it looked like a 2x4 with nails on it. Like,
With nails on it, right?
you know, that had to be a rib. That had to be
That's
inside.
that's
That
a
had to be a rib at like Jeff Jarrett. It had to be. It had
That's
to
a-
be a rib.
that's a good reference right there.
Yeah, they came out with Janice. Adam Page came out with Janice. But anyway,
Or since Abyss is a writer in WWE.
yeah, Chris Sparks, yeah.
Yeah, pal.
Yeah. So they did this thing where Kenny's down, right? He's still selling the beatdown. And Adam Page has Janice in his hand, right? And he has it up, and it's like Don Callis grabbed his arm and tried to, distract him, and then kind of it was weird, right? So Page went to go hit. Page swung because he didn't know who was grabbing him from behind, right? But then he realized it was Don Callis.
And he stopped
And
himself.
at first it's like, what's going on here, right? So he stopped himself, right? And Don's still holding his arm, right? And out of nowhere, Don takes a bump. It's got to be Don's first bump in like 5 years. Don takes a bump, right? And I'm wondering, I'm like, okay, was he supposed to miss? Like, what happened here? It wasn't clicking at first. But but then once Kenny got up, I was like, oh, it was like one of those moments, like, okay, because you, and then all right, and then you, okay, like, and then the Eddie, it was like one of those things, right?
Yeah.
And then they went over the air with the
But
conflict.
but Don Callis was playing that the entire show.
Yeah. He was saying, "Yo, those two kids will be okay." Remember?
They'll be okay. The God of Wrestling is back.
Yeah. You're right.
You know what I mean? And then you have that. Yeah, ever since the beginning of the show, I was like, well, when he even said it, he was like, "Oh, don't worry about those two. They'll be back and they'll be good. Those kids will be
You'll
good
be good in a couple of months or something like that." Yeah. Wow.
I was like, he would never say that.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, you know what I mean? And then I was kind of with you. And then, Hangman snatches his arm.
Yeah.
Callis takes the bump. I was like,
takes a flat back, and I'm like, wait a minute, what's?
Yeah, it takes a flat. That was like the most unnecessary flat back I have ever seen. And then he was like, and then as soon as I saw Kenny Omega look up, I was like, oh, he did it on purpose.
Yeah.
And then when he was on the floor and Kenny looked at him, he was like,
yeah.
Pointed at Hangman. I was like, oh, he set that man up.
I'm like, was Hangman supposed to hit him? And he just took it at first. I'm like, was Hangman supposed to hit him?
Up.
Yeah, I get that now, but I got that
after. It was lie. It was lie, cheating, steal.
Yeah. Great angle to close the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice cliffhanger. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. I like the idea that it could have been Punk at the beginning.
Well, yeah, I do like that too, because that definitely gave off some late 90s vibes of wrestling. Specifically WCW. But when you look back at 7 days ago at the end of the show, at the end of Dynamite last week, when BCC confronted Adam Page, and the Elite was there to back him up,
right? Yeah,
and then you throw the end of yesterday's show, Wednesday's show. Now you really don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I see what you're doing out here, AEW. I see what you're doing.
They're trying something, they're definitely trying something, and this has the potential to be really interesting. AEW's trying to get back on track because for a few weeks AEW was ice cold. I'm just being real. So, they're trying to do some things to get back on track. and I respect it. I think the Outcast storyline can be really not to be confused by the Social Outcast. The Outcast storyline could be really good. I think it could be really great if they play this right.
Right.
They have some good things to look forward to. MJF, of course, was not on the show, but it looks like he's gonna be, starting a feud with Jack Perry and then go from there. So
Oh, please, no.
no. Okay.
Please, God above, for everything that is holy and sacred, please give us the fatal 4-way 4 pillars match. Please, God.
It could happen. I believe it. I definitely think that could be your double or nothing match.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Or wait, when is Double or Nothing?
May. So they got about 8 weeks.
2 months.
Yeah.
2 months.
Yeah.
Okay. Give us. Ooh. Okay, give me. Excuse me. Energy drink is talking. Give me MJF. Ooh, yeah. Okay, let me get this right. I want to execute it right and not mess up. Give me MJF Jack Perry 1-on-1 title match, no decision.
Yeah.
Give me MJF Darby Allin 1-on-1 title match, no decision. Give me MJF Sammy Guevara disqualification.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Give me all 4 of them at Double or Nothing.
I like it. I like that. And that was AEW. As we get ready to get up out of here. What do you give the show?
If I was able to clothesline Mark Sterling, I'd have given it a 3 count.
Okay.
I'll give it a near fall.
There it is. Near fall.
I'll give it a near fall. There's a lot about Dynamite I like. I like the evolution of VCC. I like the cliffhanger at the end. I like that Jade Cargill actually has a competitive opponent down the line in Ty Valkyrie.
Yeah.
I like it's just a lot of things I like. A lot of things I liked about it. What they're doing with House of Black, like that. Yeah, FTR and the Guns. Contrary to popular belief, the Guns are killing it right now. But I like it. I like it. I give it a near fall.
Yeah, I agree. And that is all the time we have for this evening. Oh man. I cannot do this like V, so I'm not even going to try.
Okay,
V, we miss you.
Right. All right. Well, let's try to do V justice. Mike, since you know probably better than I do, where can they find you on social media?
Well, they could find me on Instagram at Mike_EQ and on Twitter at DJ Mike EQ. You can follow the show on Instagram at GoForThePin_show and on Twitter at GoForThePin_show. You can also follow DJ Knuckles at DJ_Knuckles on Instagram. And your Twitter is JPS Music 15.
Yes, it is.
I got it. I got it.
And there it is.
I should have bet tonight. Thank you to everybody. Thank you to everybody that joined us. Doug, Revy, Mitchell,
yes.
everybody else watching. V, we hope to see you next week. We pray to see you next week. Yes. And yeah, that's all the time we have for tonight. For DJ Knuckles, for myself, be safe, and we will see you guys next time on Go for the Pin. Peace out. Oh.